There are multitudes of lawyers online. There are thousands of lawyers in your practice area online. There's abundance of legal content online. Everywhere you turn, there is a lawyer, there is a law firm, there's a legal tech company sharing legal content online. So, what makes you different from the high paying clients? What makes high paying clients ignore other lawyers and say yes to you? It's a function of two things: your legal offer and your content. You cannot sell your legal offer without your legal content, right? You can't even attract the attention of high paying clients without your content. Let's just say content is that thing that you must do or share to get attention online. And the attention you get is important. Who you get attention from is important. The quality of attention that you get online is very important, right? So since content is the bedrock of selling your legal offer or thriving online, how do you generate content ideas that set you apart from the multitudes of lawyers online, from the sea of lawyers online? How do you generate content ideas that is different from what other lawyers are sharing online, that differentiates you from other lawyers online, even though you're in the same practice area, you're talking about the same law, right? In this video, we'll be looking at how to generate unique content ideas that are unique to you, that differentiates you, and how to help those content ideas find expression that is peculiar to you, right? So to create a to generate endless content ideas that are unique to you, I want you to think of a content bank or a content dump, right? What is a bank? A bank is where we go to deposit money, right? So what I want you to do now is think of all possible ideas, questions people have asked you in the past, something you've seen online, your experience, the results you've gotten for clients, things that are related to your practice area, the transformation that you provide for clients. I want you to write down as many as possible. Say you can start with 50, you can start with 100, you can start with even as little as a 30 content ideas, right? Just sit down and write down every single thing in your head. Download your head, everything that's in your brain, download it on a piece of paper, right? Or on a Google Doc. So take your time and think of all the possible content topics, possible content ideas that are related to your practice area, that are related to the transformation that you provide using a document. Yes, that's like a content bank. That's I will check below. You will see a content bank. I've attached a content bank for you guys to help you generate content ideas at a go. Or you could create a Google Doc so that you have it in one place, a Google Sheet or a Google Doc, right? Just sit down and come up with content ideas using your Google Doc. Yes, and or you can do it the old-fashioned way. Get a pen and a notepad, depending on whichever is comfortable for you. What's important is that you put something down. You need to write down something. The faintest pen is sharper than the sharpest brain. So put things down. Write down as many content ideas that you can think of. Think of your target audience desires. What are their desires? What are their challenges? What are the things the target audience are dealing with right now? Write it down, right? The idea is to get your content ideas flowing and stored in one place. So start with one idea and the rest will come. If you don't write down anything, you will not get any idea. It will just remain an idea in your head. So write it down. When you start writing, you start getting your pen will start flowing. Yeah, you start getting more and more ideas to pen down, right? So this is one of the easiest way to generate content ideas. Keep writing as the ideas come. Fill your content bank with ideas that will eventually flesh out to, high value content for your premium clients, right? So when you're done brain dumping, when you're done depositing your content bank, that's right. That's when you're done writing down as many content ideas you can think of. I want you to do the following. That's how to use your content bank. I want you to share your unique insight on perspective to that content idea. That's pick a piece of content idea and share your unique insight or perspective, right? Our experiences as lawyers vary from one person to another. My experience and your experience in the same practice area may not be the same thing, right? So we may have the same content idea, right? But our approach, amount of approach to that content idea may differ because our life experiences, our practice experiences differ from person to person, from lawyer to lawyer, right? So illegal content shouldn't read like something that you copied out of a law text, something that you got from ChatGPT or another AI. Basically, infuse your personality, infuse your experiences in that content I believe that the content that spotlights the high paying clients hiding your target or in your current audience, content that brings more higher paying clients your way, are those that come from the heart, those that are infused with your experiences and your results. AI, Google, Bard, and the rest, they are good, right? ChatGPT is good, but it shouldn't replace your experiences. Experience is important. Your experience gives a fresh insight. It brings a fresh of breath air to that piece of content that you want to create, right? So don't create content like many. Don't create lazy content. Yeah, that's why I call it Google download content, ChatGPT generated content, they're all lazy content. Yes, lazy works, but don't focus on creating lazy content like many lawyers do online. If 1,000 lawyers are sharing the same line of thoughts on everybody, if everybody is a yes man to Google and ChatGPT content, if they're replicating the same thing, I want you to take a step back and ask yourself, how can I do this differently? Our ideas are the same, yes, but your experiences differ, right? So legal content that is interwoven with your experiences, the transformation that you provide, your unique insights, basically humanizes your content. It humanizes your brand, humanizes your practice, and makes that content your own. It is what builds an emotional content with the premium clients that you want to serve. We all know that getting clients to pay premium is more of an emotional investment, is more of an emotional connection, yes, and it's not a logical one. For clients to bring big money and pay you for a digital transformation, you have to bite into the emotion. You must have found your way into the emotion. It's not a logical investment, right? So if your goal is to sell premium, focus on building emotional connection with your content. Your unique insight, your unique perspective will help you build that emotional connection. Other lawyers online can copy from AI, they can copy from Google, they can go to answer the public, they can check Pinterest and get content ideas from there. Yeah? But they can share general principles of law, but only you can create something that is unique to you because you brought in your experiences, you brought in your results, right? So if you sound like every other lawyer online, the high paying clients will swipe past your content because they've seen it before. And because they've seen that content before, and that's not what we want. We want them to pause and then read what we have to say. If every lawyer is going left, it's time for you to pause and go right. Because when you go right, you get to draw attention. Like, why is she going right? When every other person is going left, right? So bring in your unique experiences, bring in your results, bring in your insights, and you'll be able to create content that is unique to you. Yes. So another framework we'll be looking at is to share an unpopular opinion, a different opinion different from what every other lawyer is sharing online. If you have such an opinion, don't be afraid, share it. Yes, don't be afraid, share it. Do you have a polarizing opinion on any of the content ideas that you've brain dumped in your content bank? I want you to share it, right? Because like I mentioned earlier, if every person is going left and you decide to go right, you will draw attention. For instance, if you are in a group of people or you're in a conference or you're in a meeting, everybody's saying yes, 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 and you raise up your hand and say, "Oh, I have something. I have a dissenting opinion." People will want to hear their dissenting opinion, even if they don't take it. They will still want to hear you out compared to the other person that is a yes man in that room, right? So people tend to listen to voices that are saying no when every other person is saying yes. Yeah. So be that distinct voice in a multitude of lawyers online. Don't be afraid to disagree with the crowd, the reason of the crowd. Don't be afraid to break tables and stand out among the multitudes of lawyers online. So doing this basically helps makes people to pay attention to you, and the attention eventually translates to money. Another framework that will help you create content that is unique to you is to show empathy. Show some human kindness, some milk of human kindness, right? Premium people, okay, not just premium clients, people are premium clients inclusive, they gravitate towards people that show and understand their struggles and where they want to be. People that have been there and done that, people gravitate towards those kind of people, right? In your content bank, using your ideal client workbook, identify a challenge that that your client is currently your ideal client is currently experiencing. Show them you understand how it feels to be in their shoes, and outline how they can get themselves out of that fix. right? How they can get themselves out of that situation using your framework and invite them to talk to you in the DM, right? So identify a challenge, tell them this is how I get out of the fix. And I have my offer, my frame using my offer framework, we do ABCD. And if describe your ideal client, if this is you, send me a DM, and and your DM starts buzzing and you start attracting people that are interested in getting out of that fix. Clients that are remember, we are attracting clients that are result oriented, clients that are empowered, clients that know what they want, clients that can lead themselves, right? Not just clients that want one of legal services. Basically, it is what you sell to your clients, that's what they'll buy. If you're all about one of legal services, you attract the clients that want one of your legal services. If you want high paying clients, to attract clients that pay well for the legal services that you offer, right? So when I say identify a challenge, it's not about are you struggling with ABCD kind of content, right? No, it's not do you want to get out of ABCD kind of content, the ABCD kind of content. No, don't water down your content. Look for an in-depth challenge, a hidden challenge that they are not talking about, but you know they're currently experiencing because you have the experience, the experts there, and you know what clients in your practice area, the challenge are currently going through, right? The clients that can pay more, and you have the legal solution, you have the legal solution, yes, to get them out of that fix. So don't be afraid to show empathy. Don't be afraid to show that you've been there, you've done that. Don't light your candle and hide it under a bushel. No. If you've done something, brag about it. Big law firms do it on their website. So your social media is your website. So use it and brag about it and show them that okay, brag about it does not mean you carry shoulder for everybody. No. And remember, yeah, if this framework is for you to show empathy, show them that you understand them. You've been there. You've worked with clients who have been there, and this is how you help them out of that fix and invite them to your DM, right? So another framework is to share your opinion on questions received. As lawyers, we get questions almost every day online because for some reason people just think lawyers exist to answer questions, right? So I think you should brain dump. If you've not written down those questions, pause this video and write down the questions people have asked you today. Right? Write down the questions and use your content to answer those common questions people have about the legal transformation that you provide, not just random questions in your practice area. No, questions that are closely tied to the legal transformation that you provide and answer them using your content. Another way to be able to get these questions is to use your Instagram stories. A lot of lawyers don't use their Instagram stories to get a pulse or a feel on their targets, on their ideal clients. Yeah, they just think Instagram story is just to we share their post to stories. No, use it to hear what your audience are saying. Right? If you think people should be having certain questions, use your question stickers and ask them questions, and they will answer you. Yes, the first few weeks they may not answer. Yes, but if you interact with their own stories, or even if you interact with other people's stories, and you have questions, people may not answer yes first few weeks, but with time they'll come around. So don't do something you do once and give up. You have to do it consistently. Start getting people to ask you questions. You can use the ask me anything question on sticker on Instagram story, or you could come up with your own questions and ask them, yes, and get them to relax and to talk to you. From there, you get content ideas. You get a field. Start answering questions that people are asking. It doesn't have to. I don't have to answer it on your feed. No, you can still share it on your story because people that watch your stories are usually your hot leads. Even if they don't interact with your content, as long as they are watching your stories, they're your hot leads. And if they can resonate with any of the questions that you have answered, they may find their way to your DM, right? So another way to generate content ideas that are unique to you is to get personal. Yes, to get paid by clients that's by premium clients, yeah, you must know they must know and trust you. They must know, like, and trust you. You need to build that KLT factor. And getting personal is a good way to building KLT, right? So one way I build trust in my business is to be as vulnerable as possible. Right. I am vulnerable, I get personal, especially if you're on my email list. You can tell that yes, I do that a lot in my email list basically. I I tell stories about my life. I tell them sometimes I just come if I sometimes I just rant, sometimes I tell them some challenges I'm going through. I talk about my daughter and all of that. And it helps my audience feel like they know me. It helps reduce the what's the word, it helps reduce the buying barrier. Yes, it helps them decide if they like me, and it helps me build trust. It builds my trust score with my target audience, right? So I've done this for years now, and it's easier to get them to say yes to my offer because they feel like they already know me, even if they've never met me in person. They feel like they already know me, and there is an unspoken emotional connection, right? If my especially my the lines on my email list, these ones I love them especially because I tend to be a lot more vulnerable email wise, yes. So and but the golden rule is when you're being vulnerable, when you're getting personal, share only what you're comfortable sharing. Yes, share only what you're comfortable sharing. It's not everything you should share with people on social media. Some people on social media are not nice. Yeah. So you don't want anybody to come and say something that will get you thinking for years to come. So share only what you're comfortable sharing with. For me, I have limits on what I share. I know what I should and shouldn't share. So tell yourself the same thing too. Share only what you're comfortable sharing with. And when you do it, when you share, it's not just enough to get professional. It's not to be vulnerable. Tie it in with your legal offer, right? Um, for me, what I do is I share a story and I draw lessons from it, yes, and my audience get to learn from that lesson. And the process I am selling my offer to. So I'm not just leading you with a story that leads to no end. No, I'm telling you a story. I am drawing lessons from it, and I'm pitching you something to buy. Well, I've done that consistently for years, and this framework works because my stories are unique to me, and stories happen every day in our life. Stories, it does not mean using your client's story. I do not encourage lawyers to break confidentiality. I do not encourage lawyers to share client stories. No, there are stories that happen every day. Probably on your way to work, something happened on the road to you. That is story. Or probably observed something somewhere. That is a story. For instance, some years ago, the first time I saw people selling money in parties. I went for a party with my husband, and went for a birthday party, and I saw people hawking money. It was I'm not a good I don't really go out, so I was really shocked. Why people selling money? They're selling about 200K for like 250. And people were buying. It was big business, and I shared that with my audience. I shared that with my audience throughout my lesson. I still sold something to them, and people bought. Yeah, so that is a way to create content that is unique to you. See, the story I shared was not about anything that happened to me in my personal life. It was something I observed somewhere, and I shared it, and I got clients to bring out their cards and pay for my offer. So you can do the same thing too. So you have to be observant. You have to be very observant. You have to watch the way people interact online. Yes. So again, share only what you are comfortable with, right? So in your content bank, there you should have life stories or things that happened years ago or of recent, right? So feel free to incorporate them in your content and tie in your legal transformation at the end. You may not get it the first time that you try it, but with constant practice, you will get the results that you want. Another framework to use is to educate your audience. Yeah, some people say there's this silent debate going up online these days where people say stop sharing educational content. You don't use educational content to make sales, which I strongly disagree with, right? Because educational content is a great way for your content ideas to find expression, right? People, they are not lawyers. The target audience are not lawyers. They are people, the ordinary people out there, right? So sometimes you need to educate. There's a place for nurturing. Yes, it may not bring you sale, but it's a process. All your content must not sell. Your content works as a whole. They are like your content is like different bits of content working as a whole, different parts working as one, right? So there's a place for educational content. You need to nurture your audience. So when people say stop sharing educational content, don't pay attention to them. Share educational content and show up like the experts that you are. Show up like show up confidently, show up like the experts that you are, right? So what you should do when it comes to educational content is not what is business registration. Business registration and company, which one is better. It is not what is company registration? No, that's what I mean by educational content. What you should do here is find an uncommon angle, something that's not that's not talked about as much as it should, right? A problem that you want to address, a result that you want to achieve, right? And use your content. A result that your audience wants to achieve, not to you. A result your audience wants to achieve, and use your content to share your unique insights, share actionable insights on how you make it happen or how they can make it happen, right? I know when it comes to educational content, some lawyers feel okay, probably I should share 80%. I shouldn't share, I should not go the whole 9 yards. Probably I should share 50% and leave the rest. When they come in, I unleash the remaining 50%. No, share everything. I know. I know you. Why should I share it? Share everything, right? Don't retain some information for paying clients. Share what you know. Give the value upfront, right? Show them how they can achieve their results, their desires, how they can make their legal problems go away, right? And invite them to send you a DM so that they can work with you. Give value upfront, because when people give value upfront, when lawyers, right, or when you give value upfront online, people like, she's so intelligent. I want to work with her. Let me know what the experience is like working with her, right? I want to work with her. Let me enjoy more from where this well of knowledge came from. The lawyers, the people, not just, okay, let me not say lawyers, the other people that you admire online, people in other practice areas, people in other fields that you admire online, right? Most of them, you love them because they give their all. They don't retain anything. Even if I give you blueprints of how to get a certain result, most people will not implement it. They'll still come back to ask you, please, can you help me implement it? Because where they're afraid of failing, or they cannot do it on their own. So share everything that you know. And according to the Bible, give and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men pour onto your bosom. So give, and you get more in return. So another framework to help you generate unique content ideas is to showcase your results and clients' opinions about you. Our clients have so many beautiful things to say about us, but so many lawyers are shy or scared of putting out what people are saying about them. But sometimes what you need to close the sale, or to create unique content that is, or create content that is unique to you, is to just pick out what people have said about you and put it out there, right? I was scrolling through Instagram this morning, and there is a post that Salem King put out this morning. He was talking about praise list. Yeah. So praise list, he said praise list is something when people say something nice about him, screenshots and stores it somewhere. And this morning, that is his content. That content alone is enough validation for someone that is skeptical about working with him to go out there and send him a DM and work with him, right? Somebody told me a long time before Salem came with the whole praise list thing. Someone told me a long time ago. So what I do is, somebody say something about me on WhatsApp, I leave on my chat, I take screenshots, I upload on Google Drive. You should do the same thing too. When you have those kind of nice words taught somewhere, it's not just for you to say, oh, thank you, and move on. No, you need them. Those things are content ideas that are unique to you. Your reviews does not mean you have to help someone make 1 billion naira, or $1 billion before you know you have done something big. No, a good thank you. I love the work that you did. Is enough review to get clients to find their way to you, right? Is enough reason to get to validate your knowledge, and people, that singular review might move other people um to your DM, right? So the goal of sharing results and sharing clients' opinion about you is not about building your trust score, right? Helping clients know that you know your onion, and and get them to trust you to deliver, right? So sharing it goes beyond sharing screenshots without context. So basically, incorporate a bit of a backstory or the problem your client was experiencing. Share how you help the client get results. Yeah, that's your process, and show the end result. That's the final outcome with which most times is the screenshots that you get from clients. So it's up to you now to tell your own story. Don't just share screenshots without a context. Tell your own story, right, and put it out there. But you can share screenshots without context when it's a multitude of screenshots. Let's say you have about 10 slides of screenshots. You can just pipe to everything together. Then in your caption, you share it. Then in your caption, you tell a story on how those screenshots came to be, right? So don't just share screenshots in vacuum. There should be a story backing it, right? So at the end of the day, include a call to action that encourages your audience to take the next step, the next logical step, which is to send you a VM, right? So that is another way to create content ideas that are sorry to create content that is unique to you. So another way to create content that is unique to you is to address a common misconception or misconceptions, right? So are there unpopular opinions? Are there common misconceptions in your practice area? It's up to you now to provide accurate information from your knowledge bank to dismiss that misconception or to dismiss that myth, right? And it's up to you to make that your uncommon opinion popular, because if you keep your uncommon opinion to yourself, it remains what an uncommon opinion that has not been said, right? So why are people not thinking towards this direction? Meanwhile, you that is the expert, you are not sharing it. It's up to you to change the mindset of the people that you want to serve. Tell them that, okay, everybody is going this way, but I think this way is a better way. That way, you're able to create content that is unique to you. You're not copying from anybody. You're sharing from your own knowledge, from your own wealth of knowledge, and from your own experiences, right? Then expert positioning is another way that your content ideas can find expressions, another way to come up with content that is unique to you, right? So high paying clients are not just looking for any kind of lawyer. No, they're looking for lawyers who have experiences and can help them achieve their desired outcome. Lawyers that can bring their wants and their desires to life, right? So there are content ideas in your content bank that showcases your expertise. There are content ideas that positions you as a go-to authority, a go-to person, be it your professional qualification, be it the number of clients that you've worked with, be it certain results that you achieved for clients. Showcase them, right? Stop hiding those kind of content. If you are qualified in dual jurisdictions, I think you should put it out there. It's important. If you've worked with over 200 entrepreneurs, I think you should put it out there. If you've worked with 10,000 real estate owners, put it out there. Let people know there is validation in numbers, yeah. So and those numbers are unique to you. That's another way to find for your content idea to find expression that is unique to you, right? So there is a limit to which a hidden expert can grow. There's a limit, there's a ceiling to which a hidden expert can grow. So share your testimonials, share your experiences frequently. This helps you cement your expert positioning, your authority in the minds of the clients that will pay you premium. So last but not the least, oh, we have two more case studies and trends. Are there case studies that you can share your perspective on? Are there case studies that are unique to you? They can share your unique experiences on. Are there predictions that you can make as an expert in your practice area? Share it with your audience. People want thought leaders. Premium clients are drawn to thought leaders. They don't want people that are still experimenting. Am I sure? Even if you're not sure, show up confidently. Share your unique perspective as long as it's in line with the law. Oh. Don't say Kem say share your unique perspective. You can't share something that is not true. Share something that is in line with the law, right? Share a perspective that clients will say yes to and pay you money to help them. A perspective that helps them achieve their desired outcome, not a perspective that boosts your ego. A perspective that helps them achieve the desired outcome. If you have uncommon, unique perspective, or you have other trends in your practice area that you want to shed light on, feel free to shed your light on it, right? If there are case studies, things that happen in your practice areas that you want to share your 2 cents on, feel free to share your 2 cents on. That means you have to keep abreast with industry news. You have to know what's happening in your practice area and shed your light on and share how basically share your 2 cents, share your contribution on that topic, and that might be and you find your contribution, your experiences, your insights in that case studies, to that trend is another way for you to come up with to create content that is unique to you. Then the last but not the least is to tell your story. We all have stories, right? We all have stories. I have stories. You have stories. Why are we not sharing our stories? Our story is not just I went to law school, I came back, I graduated, I had the first class, I had the two, I had the two, I had the third class, I passed. That's not all there is to you. We all have stories. Our stories are unique to us. Our stories basically is what help people build. emotional connection with us. It is one of the things that help people build emotional connection with us, right? Let people see, share your story so that people can identify themselves in you. There are lawyers that I've worked with online. It feels like I've known them all my life. But some of them I've never met them in person because I shared my story, they shared their story. I realized, oh, you have certain things in common. And we gravitated towards each other, right? If you're all about I'm keeping the professional persona online, this badass lawyer, I'm keeping the professional persona there, you will just sometimes those kind of people tend to attract OS members. But if you want people to build a lot more emotional connection with you and trust you to deliver, you have to tell your stories. You have to tell your stories. Your stories are great marketing tools, right? Your stories are great tools that will help you get the results that you want. Yes, so please note all your legal content should end with a call to action. A call to action is an action that tells your audience what next to do, right? Tells them the next step, right? So far we have looked at all the ways your some of the ways, let me not say all, we've looked at 11 ways your content ideas can find expressions that are unique to you, right? So find a content idea may fit one or more expressions, may fit one or more framework. So don't limit yourself. Basically, if you can pick one content idea and try to use 5 ways to express that one content idea. Important thing is you are selling your offer at the end, right? So your content bank should be replenished at least once every week. Every week should be brain dumping. Probably you can say every Friday, what happened this week, right? And you just write them down. Probably if you don't want to forget, you just use your phone notepad and make notes. At the end of the day, transfer them to your content bank, right? So you should replenish your content bank at least once every week. Depositing in the content bank is like it's basically writing down your content ideas. Write it down. Write it down. Like I mentioned earlier, the faintest brain, the faintest pen is sharper than the sharpest brain. There is something that writing things down does. There's a magic that it does. So here is not the time for you to start overthinking your content. No, write down the ideas as they come to you. Write it down since you're because you're not developing it immediately so that you don't forget the content idea, right? So content that attracts attention is best written in conversational style. Yes, it helps in humanizing your brand. So you're not sounding robotic. So you're not sounding like every other lawyer online. Write in a conversation in your conversational way. Write the way you talk. Basically, write the way you talk. Yes, if you're not going to use big English in the way in your speech, right? Do not use it in your content. Just basically write the way you talk. So when it comes to fleshing out your content ideas, don't write in such a way that, in addition to writing in a conventional way, yes, don't write in such a way that looks like you're talking to people who have no idea of what they want, who have no idea of what's obtainable in your practice area. People do not know what they want from your practice area, right? So don't, like I mentioned, do not write content that is like, are you struggling with those kind of content? No, no, don't share what is type of content. It's a no-no at this stage because our clients here, they are problem aware. They're looking for a solution, right? They're looking for a solution that makes sense to them. They're looking for a solution they can pay for now, right? There's a place for nurturing your audience, yes. But you know that when you're nurturing your audience, you're not nurturing the bottom of the ladder. You're nurturing the top 30% of your target, those that have a need but are not buying now. Those are the people that you are nurturing, and those people have gone past what is, are you struggling with kind of content? No, right? So there's a place for nurturing, there's a place for selling, but what is kind of content and are you struggling with kind of content is a no-no at this stage of our online practice. When you started your business, it's fine because you're just beginning and trying to find your feet online. But now that you've made some money and you want to get more money, you need to upgrade your content, right? And creating content that your audience, your premium clients will say yes to takes practice. It takes constant practice to find a framework and expression that works for you. So as you flesh out your content ideas, remember this. The higher paying clients have done their research, they know what they want, and then they look out for a lawyer that can help them get the results that they want. So use your content to show them basically use your content to show them how you make their wants a reality. Show them how your framework works. Show them how you make the magic happen, right? So at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is um, to provide value, to build goodwill, and sell your transformational legal offer. Never forget that. Your content must do these three: provide value, build goodwill and sell your legal offer. That is the way that you earn money as a lawyer online.